What up guys, welcome back to another Tito GT video. Today's video is going to be pretty pivotal. We're going to be going over all the modifications and everything that I have done through my car on the outside and on the inside before boost. Sarah, I'm vlogging. Yeah, what's up?
Not much, just walking.
Just walking, taking a stroll.
Pretty cool. I've never been here before. We live right down the street.
Yeah, I've been here once looking for like locations to film and do like photo shoots.
Yeah.
It's my second time here.
We just usually
nice.
get weddings here. I don't know if you do
But
weddings.
I do weddings.
My cousin had one here and it was
Awesome. Like over there?
It was in that building, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. I just took a picture over there. Yeah, good to see you as well. It's like every time I'm like around here, I run into you. So
I know,
it's
right?
cool. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You as well.
Thanks. No, sidetrack. That was my friend I went to elementary school with. However, back into the build here. As you guys know, I'm going to be throwing a supercharger onto Bludini. We're going to be going through all the modifications and cosmetic mods that I have onto Bludini. This is going to be a good mark to let you guys know what I have done to my Mustang, to give you some ideas what to do in the upcoming spring and summer season, and also to remind me what I have done to my car, because sometimes I haven't even touched this thing and I forget what I have done to the car. So let's get right up on into it. Starting off with the exhaust, I'm running 1 7/8 American Racing long tube headers, guys, leading to a 3-inch X pipe, no resonators, no mufflers, straight pipe basically all the way back, and then we have the Tommy quad tips on the backside back here. Eventually, I want to put mufflers onto the car because the drone, when I'm driving on the highway, is too loud and it's annoying. The car sounds magnificent, it sounds beautiful with the setup that it has now. On the highway, I drive a highway a lot. Almost every day I drive the highway. And when it's time to drive the highway with this car, it's annoying. So I want to throw some mufflers on here to tone it down just a little bit. Next, we're going to go on over to the suspension of the car, guys. This is the second, I believe the second modification that I've done to the car. I put the car on lowering springs. The car currently has iBot Pro lowering springs. I have BMR lower control arms in the back, along with the BMR adjustable panhard bar. And I also just upgraded to Strain single adjustable shocks and struts. Next up, we got the cosmetics of the whole car. Some of my favorite modifications about this car. I've upgraded to the full GT500. Let's wait for this helicopter to go by. I did a full GT500 bumper conversion with the chin spoiler and the grille, as you guys can see here. And then with the chin spoiler and the grille, I actually have 2 chin spoilers right here. And then I did a custom paint job on the chin spoiler on the outer part right here to give it a unique look and to make this car look a little bit more aggressive there. I believe this is a 3-part. This is the 3-part splitter on the bottom, 1 part here, and then it goes black here. And then you have the other splitter that is 1 whole splitter that combines on the top there. I got this badge right here, this Coyote badge from LMR. It's actually a GT350 badge, but it's gray and it's like gray and black. On the first Mustang, I had my Cervini Ram era hood. And then when the car got totaled, I lost the hood and I was unable to find it. Crazy enough, some guy found my YouTube channel in the back of the seat. He sent me a message and he said, yo, your car is over here and we got your hood if you want to come pick it up. So I drove all the way to Michigan and I picked the best part about this car up, which is the Cervini Ram era hood that we got onto Bludini 2.0 right here. As we head on over to the backside here, we got an MMD rear spoiler. The previous owner put the rear spoiler back here, also paired up along with the shaved decklet that's on the back. This gives this rear end a really clean, sleek look here back here. Originally, I never went with this setup on my previous Mustang, but I do like what the previous owner did with this Mustang. This MMD spoiler, it kind of gives you that look of a GT500 spoiler, but it's not. It's actually much better because it's curved up a little bit more. It has more of a lip and a curve to it rather than the GT500 bumper that's just doesn't have any slope. It's just like a slope. There's like no curve to it. So I like the MMD spoiler a lot better. I kept this on and I kept the shaved decklet on. Super clean back here. This is the RTR shaved decklet back here. As we wrap around on the other side here too, I have these LED side markers. First, I had white and then A lot of people was rocking white, so I stopped rocking the white. I rocked the red again, and I like the red LED side marker look back here. Last but not least, cosmetically, this car does have tints. The previous owner put tints onto this car. That's all the cosmetics that is done onto Bludini 2.0 here. Well, let's get into the engine of the car. Let me pop this hood. Looks like I definitely need to give this engine bay a nice detail for the start of the spring season. However though, let's get right up on into it. One of the first modifications that I've done with this car was throwing the Boss 302 manifold that I got right here. Boss 302 manifold is ported and is paired up with the PMOS cold air intake. We are running LU 47-pound injectors for E85. I'm currently on E85 right now. Right here I have a JLT oil catch can, and I did upgrade my oil pump gears and crank sprocket all the way down there. I made a whole video on that. That was a hefty job. Along with the upgraded oil pump gears and crank sprocket, I also upgraded my thermostat. The upgraded thermostat will open up sooner so the car could run cooler. It's gonna open up faster so the car will not overheat. Now with the upgraded thermostat, I'm gonna have to tell the tuner company that I do have an upgraded thermostat so it could work properly. Currently, the upgraded thermostat is not working properly in the car because it needs to get tuned with the car. So sometimes when I'm driving, the car will overheat much faster, even when I'm just cruising on the road. Even when I'm on the highway, the car will start to overheat because I don't have the correct tune with the upgraded thermostat. Now that's it with everything that's done into the engine. Right now I'm tuned with Lund on E85. Nextly, we're gonna go over into the drivetrain of the car. I have a few things done to the drivetrain of the car. Starting off with the clutch. We got a McLeod RST twin disc clutch installed in the car. I'm running an aluminum flywheel, and I ran an aluminum flywheel because I wanted the flywheel and the clutch to last longer in the car. And now that I'm kind of switching my mindset of wanting to race the car, I kind of wish that I went with a lightweight flywheel. It is what it is, because the aluminum flywheel is pretty heavy. Nextly, guys, we're gonna be running also a stainless steel braided clutch line that I early on installed into the car. The braided stainless steel clutch line is right there, and it runs all the way down into the clutch. Yeah, so that stainless steel braided clutch line will help fluid flow through the line much smoother and much easier. And it reduces the chances of you locking out at those high RPMs with the stock MT82 transmission, also paired up with a stock clutch. Now, what helps me out a lot is upgrading to the McLeod RST twin disc clutch. Also, my McLeod RST twin disc clutch is rated up for 800 horsepower, so that's just enough for boost. After the clutch and the braided stainless steel clutch line, I went ahead and upgraded to an MGW short throw shifter. You guys obviously can't see. I still have the stock shift knob in this car, which is crazy, but I mean, I still love the kind of the stock feel with the shift knob. MGW short throw shifter is installed into this car, and let me tell you, man, it makes a hell of a difference with shifting with this car. The first time I installed this thing, I was ecstatic, man. I was shifting, banging gears like a motherfucker in this goddamn car. Like, the shift points are much shorter, and shifting is much smoother. If you don't have an upgraded short throw shifter in your car, you're missing out on a hell of a fun time with your Mustang. I can't really get under the car, but maybe I'll try. I upgraded to the DSS aluminum one-piece drive shaft on this car. The DSS aluminum one-piece drive shaft reduces rotational mass with this car. The throttle feel was a great difference, and also this aluminum one-piece drive shaft is lighter than the two-piece drive shaft that's much heavier and just clunky and chunky. So on the fronts, I'm rocking some 19-inch American Racing wheels. The previous owner threw these on the car. I never changed them. And these are like the GT500 style wheels. Now I've also upgraded to 4-piston Brembo brakes right here, and I kind of did a custom Teeter GT lettering in there. It kind of looks bogus as hell, not gonna lie. It don't look that bogus, it looks pretty decent, but originally my vision for that just did not go as planned. Eventually I'm gonna need to upgrade to 6-piston Brembo brakes. On the back side over here, we got 15-inch drag stars on the back. I also have the front wheels for the drag pack at my house. We have the drag pack on the back here, and I also did the relocation brackets so that this 15-inch wheel could fit back here. If you don't do the relocation brackets, the wheel will not fit. The only thing I got done with the interior here is just these custom interior upgraded leather seat covers that I got right here. And this was a sponsor. They sent me these for free to try them out. I like the look how they have them up in here, but sometimes they do come loose, and that's probably because of my user error not tightening these on right. But this is the only upgrade that I got going inside of Bludini. Other than that, everything else is stock still from the factory up in here. All right, y'all, so this is a good mark to let you guys know all the modifications that I have done to my 2014 Mustang GT before boost. There's a couple more things that I need to do before boost, and I'm gonna let you guys know this now. Is right here, we got the P1SC Pro Charger that I'm gonna be soon, hopefully soon, throwing into the car. It's March right now. It's the end of March going into April. And I need to be working forward with throwing this whole kit that I have. I just got the head unit right here for y'all, just to show y'all. And what I have to do next is upgrade the fuel injectors into the car. I have to upgrade the VMP. I have to upgrade to a VMP booster fuel pump. I have that as well. I have the fuel injectors. I have the booster pump. The fuel tank hat, which is also sitting. Fuel tank hat that I need to upgrade to. I forgot. I think this is like a DW. I forgot the brand. 400, something like that. That I'm gonna upgrade to. That's been sitting in there for a minute. The biggest thing that I also need to do is fix my rear differential. The rear differential on this car is leaking. Needs some work. Is leaking. So that's something that I definitely need to get my hands on before I even throw the supercharger onto the car. That's the biggest thing that I need to do. Other than that, this car is ready to rock and roll. It's ready to get this P1SC Pro Charger installed into the car. It's ready for more horsepower. It's ready to live up to its name. Bludini is ready to live up to its name. It's been waiting for so many goddamn years, and y'all have been waiting too, and I've been capping. But this year is gonna happen. Yes, sir. We spinning rhymes all the time. You already know T-Dirt GT is already spitting these dimes. Goddamn, we on a rhythm. Yes, sir, indeed. Right now, we are at an exciting point with about to be throwing the supercharger into the car. However, I still like to drive this car how it is without a supercharger. Being full bolt-on, all motor, it's still very fun. Something that I noticed also, y'all, my roof here is starting to rust, not only in one spot, but also in the middle here. Not so much in the middle, but right there. I've never seen that before until 3 weeks ago, but I've also have not been driving this car or haven't even been looking at it. It's just been sitting in the garage. So I don't know what to do about that. Also guys, cutting in before I forget, we just hit 6,000 subscribers on the T-Dirt GT channel. Thank you guys who are new here, subscribing to the channel. Welcoming you guys to the new build that we guys got here. For the OGs, thank you guys for staying tuned in for the past 6 to 8 years that I've been on YouTube. I've been taking a lot of breaks throughout the years building my business, but we are here. Let's get back into it. Magnificent area that I spotted. That's the exhaust for you guys.